Thanks for talking to us. Weekend's done and dusted. Let's talk first of all about something I just missed out of the weekend. Talking about you changing the goal, Dave Richards, who produced a solid performance for you, first of all.
Yeah, he was competent in everything he did. I think if any of the shots had have gone in, would have spoken to him. But at the same time, take nothing away from him. He's done what he should do and he's had to do. So all the shots were from a good distance and, reachable, attainable. So it was, like I say, he was competent in everything he did. So that was pleasing.
How difficult a decision was it that you made that change?
Not very. We make decisions every game to change personnel. Just because he's a goalkeeper, it doesn't add any more significance to it for me. Will's done ever so well. Take nothing away from Will. We've got, like I said to you a few times, we've got two really good goalkeepers. So, it wasn't. When I say it wasn't that difficult a decision, it's not because Will's been playing particularly poorly. We just felt he needed a bit of a breather, and that's where he's got.
Unfortunately, it didn't help you to try and keep a clean sheet by a referee's decision. We won't go into that. Just on your defensive side of it, you've stepped up into that League One. Here we are at halfway stage. How do you feel in terms of how you've defended this season? Probably not got as many clean sheets as you would have liked.
Yeah, I don't know how many we've got. I don't even know how many goals we've conceded in the first. Have we played 22 or 23? I don't even know how many games we've played.
Yeah, only conceded 25, so it's good.
Yeah, I think we went through a period where we looked really solid. Then it took a bit away from the other end of the pitch, and now I think we've gone back more to we're looking like we're going to score lots of goals, and we need to make sure, we bring that sort of scale back a touch to make sure we're still as creative in front of goal, but a bit more resilient. And that's the challenge. So that's the players afterwards. Don't get me wrong. You go to home park and I think they've got the best home record in the league, and you restrict them to long range efforts and a penalty. You've got to be fairly content. There's too many long range efforts, I have to say, which we addressed at half time. And I thought after the second half, I thought, like I said, there's only one team going to win it, especially after we'd equalised. So you've got to look at a bigger picture and say, yeah, there's only one team, well, two teams really that's really hurt us. One was Portsmouth because of our own mistakes, playing our way, but which we have to accept every now and again, as difficult as that is. And then the only other team that really caused a problem was Sunderland. So you go, well, if Portsmouth away and Sunderland away are the only two teams that's really caused us problems, then we're not doing too bad. The only other one was Rochdale. So I go, well, we're not doing too, and you can see they've scored 4 against Charlton, then 3 on Saturday. They just score goals like they're going out of fashion. So look, we're doing okay defensively. There's always more to come, always more to work on. And Saturday was a great example of that. I felt first half we were a bit too open and a bit too naive without the ball, and then second half you're going from a better shape and you have more of the ball because of it.
And the other satisfying thing that you mentioned is that you're looking to go 9 games unbeaten in League One. That is quite an impressive start that's coming to your team at the moment.
Yeah, I think, like I said to you Saturday, I'm not sure anyone's 8 unbeaten in League One. I don't know if they are. I have no idea. But there won't be many teams this year that do that. So we've got to make sure that we take great heart in that. We've got to make sure that we don't get sucked into, well, a draw will be okay, because it won't. If you said to me, do you want to win 2 and lose 1 or draw all 3, I'd win 2 and lose 1 because you get 4 extra points. So, we've got to make sure that we aren't just settling for an unbeaten run. We've got to make sure we win the games and score the goals. We've got 2 home games coming up, so that should help. And we've got to carry on the good run, and the longer we carry on this good run, the more chance we've got of being successful.
Well, one player that you brought on in the second half, of course, that helped change the game and got you a foothold in it was Tom Lowery. It's been a frustrating time, hasn't it? Injury, illness for Tom Lowery. Fingers crossed you can get a clear run with him, because he does bring something to that football club.
Yeah, well, he's had to isolate for two lots of 10 days because it was a close contact for 10 days, or, defined as a close contact. Then he got it. So for the best part of a month, we've seen him for about a week, which has not helped him or us. But listen, that's the world we're living in at the minute. The good news is he's safe and he's well, and you saw what he can do on Saturday. So, it's good to have him back. It's good to be able to call him from the bench, and we'll see how he gets on in the next few days and weeks and months. And if he plays like he did on Saturday, then he'll play more games.
When he's in that team, Dave, he isn't phased, is he? He might be 5'8" and a pocket rocket, but nothing phases him.
No, look, he's always been small. It sounds crazy. He's been used to big lads trying to boot him. He's been used to, being looking up at people. That's no, that's nothing new to Tom. But when you give him a platform and the skills, and coupled with his character, his belief, his attitude, well, before you know it, you've got half a chance, because he's a terrific footballer. And he showed that Saturday, I'd say.
On Saturday night, you brought us right up to date with where you were with your captain, Perry NG. Obviously, football doesn't stop. Things keep going every minute of the day. What's the latest this morning with him?
I believe he's on his way to Cardiff to have a medical, I believe. That's as much as I know.
From your point of view and your board of directors' point of view, there was a third party involved in the first sort of bid. That's gone out the window, and you're well satisfied with what can happen if the transfer finally goes through then. Yeah.
The agent who wasn't the player's agent, he certainly weren't acting for this football club. And I believe he wasn't acting for the other football club. Just sticking his neb in to try and get a payday. And he should know better, because he used to play for us. So it is what it is. But he's now, I believe, gone by the wayside, and Perry's agents picked up the reins, and the two clubs have amicably, there's no falling out or anything like that. So, amicably agreed, a deal, as I've said, is a good deal for everyone.
You must be pleased for the player.
Yeah.
But as the manager of the football club, that's what you're all about, of course. Just on what he's brought to you since he's coming in, going to be a big loss. But as the manager, you must be, pleased to see him going in the Championship.
Yeah, I'm delighted for him. He's worked hard. I think he played a handful of games under Steve, and I'm not sure he was that highly thought of. However, you can't waste talent like that. He's had to work at it. He was never a gold medalist. He was always a silver medalist, if you like, a very good silver medalist, all the way through. But then you couple that with a fantastic attitude and a desire to improve. You go on beyond what others may have been in front of you, if you like. And that there's a few of them like that. Because for me, your attitude and your character defines who you are and how well you do in life. And he's got a fantastic one. So I've got no qualms about him playing next week in the Championship. Absolutely none at all. And like I say, I wish him the best of luck. He deserves it. And good luck to him. So that's what we do. That's what this football club is. That's what I do. That's what the staff do, and the players. I'm sure they're all delighted for him. You go football manager. No, it's It's a chance for us to improve. The challenge now is for me and Kenny and the rest of the staff to get better than him. That's the challenge. Travis has done ever so well. He's still learning. He's like Perry was 2 years ago. You know, well, come on, he's coming along nicely, really nicely. You know, he's been fit, he's been available, and when he's had the chances, he's done well. He's still finding his feet, so we've got a chance to improve and help Travis, and Travis gets more games. So I see it as a real positive all round, not a negative.
It doesn't seem as though that could have to be a priority then to have to quickly replace that area, because if I looked at it as well, I'm not a football manager, I'm nowhere near. But you've got Donovan Daniels, when he's fit, could play there. You've got Luke Offord in the team there, and you've got Travis Johnson there as well. So it's an area that you're pretty stocked up with.
Yeah. Oh wait, I realised a long time ago that it was likely. I'm not having a go at you. You know, I realised a long time ago you weren't a football manager. That's what you want me to say, innit, Graham? Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. I realised a long time ago that it was very likely that Perry wasn't going to be here next year. What's the best thing we can do is develop our own behind him, and that's what we're doing. Is Travis ready yet? Well, he's had 6, 7 games, 8 games. He had 3 last year. No, that's okay. That's okay. He's doing great. Will he be able to play the next 20 games? No. Will we need Donovan back in a month's time? Yeah, brilliant. You know, Luke Offord being there, yeah, fine, stopgap. All that. So, you know, is it a priority? Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not overly worried because of what the work we've done with Travis, particularly, and the work Travis has done himself. He's come on probably greater. If there's I don't want to use the term most improved player because that suggests that they were poor before. Travis has never been poor, but he's certainly developed at the fastest rate over the last 18 months, without a shadow of a doubt. And that's credit to him because, again, works hard. He's had some setbacks in his life, that boy. But you wouldn't know it because he just gets his head down, works hard, and if he keeps going, he'll reap the rewards in 1 year, 2 year, 3 years' time.
Let's get to more immediate things then now. Thanks for all that, Dave. That's excellent. Just summing up the tribute to Perry as well. But, of course, Bristol Rovers are coming next, and man in charge is a man that you've got a lot of respect for, and you know all about how he sets his team up. What are your thoughts on taking on Bristol Rovers and Paul Tidsdale?
I like Paul. He's a good guy. He gave us some real lovely words in our office when we played Exeter 2 or 3 years ago. I've always got time for him. He's a football man. Did ever so well at Exeter, ever so well. Deserved a chance at when I say a bigger club, certainly a higher ranked team in MK Dons and in League One. It didn't quite work out, but now he's got another chance in League One, and I think deservedly so. He's a good manager. He's a thinking manager, if you want, for a better term. So we know it'll be a tough game. They've got some good players. They've got some powerful players, and we know that they'll play, you know, with a quite a defined style, because that's what Paul does. You can see he coaches them. You can see that. Any of his teams, they are coached well. So we know that whatever we see sort of on the video is what we'll get, because that's what they've worked on and they're effective at. I would say the results have picked up since he's gone in, and you know, it'll be a tough game for us.